system of equations. System of equations. So we have system of equations. When we see that word, we know it's going to be menu 3, 2, enter. Menu 3, 2, enter. And then we know the solution is an xy. It is a point. Infinite solution means you're going to have two lines on top of each other, and your answer will have the letter C in it for infinite, the letter C, okay? One solution means your lines are going to touch one time, okay? So, we have the first one. Which graph best represents the system of equations and its solutions? So, I know my important word is system of equations. System of equations, and that means menu 3, 2, enter. So I'm going to put these in menu 3, 2. So in the calculator, menu 3, 2, enter. Oh no. Sorry, I typed it wrong. Menu 3, 2. Menu 3, 2, there, and then enter. Now I'm going to type in the equations. 2x equals 6 minus y, and then I'm going to go to the bottom one, right here. 5x minus 4y equals 28. And I'm going to press enter. That gives me 4, -2. Now this point needs to be on one of these graphs. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Desmos to check where that point is. Okay, so I'm going to type in parentheses 4, comma, -2 parentheses. I see it's down here. So when I do this, I need to look. There's my point where they touch, and remember, it's x first, so that's 4, 2. But I want 4, -2. So this is -2, this is +2. That means A is not my answer. Now for B, I know my points right here. That is my x first is 4, my y is -2. This is 4, good. This is -2, that's good. So this is probably my answer, but let's check C. C has a point right here, and my x is -4, my y is 2. So I know that this one is not right because this is a +4, this is a -4. This is a -2, this is a +2, so the whole thing is wrong. Okay, now let's look at D. I have my point right here, my x is -4, and then -2. Now remember, I know that it should be +4, so this right here is wrong. So my answer is B. Okay, now let's look at a company advertises on 2 websites. Each website charges a different amount based on the number of clicks on the advertisement. The table shows the number of clicks on each website and the total cost for each of the 2 days. What is the cost per click on website 1? Website 1. So this is a really weird table, and we haven't seen one like this in algebra. So you have number of clicks on website 1, number of clicks on website 2. These are very similar. They're almost the same, only one thing is different, the 1 and 2. So we're going to make those our x value, xx. So I'm going to make 2 new tables down here. So we can make this, instead of being one big table, we're going to make 2 smaller tables. X, Y, X, Y. Okay? So now, when we do this, this is going to be a lot easier for us. Okay? So my first x values, 15 and 25, are going to go right here. 15 and 25. My next x values are going to go right here. 29, 29. And then my y values are actually going to go in both of them. The same numbers. 94.15, 121.15. 94.15, 121.15. And now we can do it like we did when we did systems. We're just going to now forget about this weird looking table, and now we have 2 tables, which is what we want. So we're going to open up Desmos, and we're going to put these tables into Desmos, okay? So yeah, plus table, we're going to do 15, enter, 25, and then go to the y values, 94.15, enter, 121.15, enter. And I see right here, it says x1, y1. I'm going to type in, I'm going to put the zoom, boom, and this should make a line. So we have y1 squiggly line, mx1 plus b, and that red line goes to those 2 points. Now I'm going to put table 2, 29, 94.15, 121.15, enter. And I'm going to press the plus, and here we go, these two. Now when I look at my table, I see x2 and y2, so I'm going to do y2 squiggly line, mx2 plus b. But when we see that, it doesn't go through the points because what is happening is it's a line that goes up and down, which Desmos doesn't know how to do. If this were any other table, it would work, okay? But for this one, we're going to get rid of this, and since the lines are going up and down, I know it's going to be an x equals equation. So x equals 29, and then I can see where they touch, which is right here. That is what I want, right there. That is going to be my answer. 29, 131.95. Now, here's the situation. I messed up the question. Since we're looking for website 1, that's 29. My answer would be 29. But I really just wanted to explain how we get the two tables and what we would do in Desmos. But let's go to the next example. So, when we do the next one, we have two customers went to a post office to buy postcards and large envelopes. Each postcard cost the same amount, and each large envelope cost the same amount. The first customer paid $12 for 14 postcards and 15 large envelopes. So what I need to do is I need to make my x and my y. I'm going to say x is, I'm going to say postcards. It does not matter as long as you remember which is which. So x is postcards, y is large envelopes. Okay. Now, I'm going to write my equation. I have $12. 4 is equal 14 postcards, which is x. Then I have the word and, which is plus. Then I have 5y, because this is large envelopes. So that's my first equation. Now, I'm going to make my second equation. I have the second customer paid $24.80. 4 equals 10 postcards, 10x, and plus 15y. Now, I'm going to put these two equations into menu 3, 2, enter, and I'm going to get my answer. So menu 3, 2, enter, and then enter, and I have this. So I'm going to write 12 equals 14x plus 5y, and I'm going to press down to go to the next equation. 24.80 equals 10x plus 15y, enter, and that gives me 0.35, 1.42. Now, I'm looking at my answers, and it's just one number, so I need to go back and I need to read. What was the cost in dollars of each large envelope? My important word here is large envelope. And I know large envelope is my y values. My y values. So I'm looking at my y for my answer. 1.42. 1.42. So my answer would be A. What I'm going to do is, if you're still here with me, it is time for the hints. This is probably the only video you will get hints for, but let's take a look at some of these questions. So right here it says, The function f of x equals negative 4x plus 8 represents the first of two equations in a system of linear equations. The second equation in the system has a different slope. It says different slope, so try writing this equation with a different slope. Any slope you want, a different slope, and put them in Desmos and see what you see. Okay? Now the next question here, I would suggest finding the equation for this and finding the equation for this. Okay, have a good day. If you have any questions, please let me know. Goodbye.